First contact. Commander Elena Rodriguez stood motionless in the center of Earth Defense Command, her dark eyes fixed on the massive holographic display. The room buzzed with controlled chaos as officers rushed between stations, each carrying critical information about the unregistered vessel that had appeared on their long-range scanners just hours ago. Distance to Earth. Elena's voice cut through the noise with military precision. 12 million kilometers in closing, Commander, replied Lieutenant Wei Chen, his fingers dancing across the tactical console. Current velocity indicates arrival within 6 hours. Elena's jaw tightened. 6 hours wasn't much time to prepare for potential first contact, especially with a ship that refused to respond to any communication attempts. The vessel's design was unlike anything in their databases, neither matching known alien species nor resembling human technology. Any response to our hails? She asked, already knowing the answer. Negative, Commander. We've tried every frequency, every known language in our database, even mathematical sequences. Nothing. Chen's frustration was evident in his voice. The holographic display zoomed in on the approaching vessel. Its sleek, crystalline structure caught the light of distant stars, creating prismatic patterns that seemed to shift and change as they watched. Energy readings were off the charts, but not in any configuration human scientists could interpret. Assemble the crisis team, Elena ordered, and get me a direct line to the Global Defense Council. As her team scrambled to execute her commands, Elena studied the unknown ship. Something about its trajectory bothered her. It wasn't approaching with the caution one might expect from a first contact situation, nor with the aggressive posturing of an invasion force. It was coming straight for Earth, unwavering, as if drawn by an invisible thread. The crisis team gathered around the central command table within minutes. Dr. Amara Okonjo, head of xenobiology, was the first to speak. The energy patterns suggest a form of propulsion we've never encountered, she said, projecting her analysis onto the display. It's not using conventional thrust, or even the theoretical Alcubierre drive. It's sliding through space somehow. Could it be damage? Asked General Marcus Thompson, his military mindset seeking practical explanations. Maybe that's why it's not responding. Unlikely, Dr. Okonjo replied. The energy readings are too consistent, too controlled. Whatever this is, it's operating exactly as intended. Elena turned to her communications specialist, Lieutenant Sarah Park. Any signs of life aboard? Park shook her head. Our sensors can't penetrate the hull. It's like trying to scan through a black hole. The Global Defense Council's faces appeared on the secondary screen, each representing different regions of Earth. Their expressions ranged from concern to barely concealed fear. Commander Rodriguez, spoke the council chairwoman, Dr. Yuki Tanaka. What are your recommendations? Elena straightened. We maintain defensive posture while continuing communication attempts. I've ordered all orbital platforms to standby status, but I advise against any aggressive action until we understand what we're dealing with. And if it proves hostile? Asked Counselor Ahmed from the Middle Eastern Union. Then we'll respond accordingly, Elena said firmly. But let's not start an interstellar incident based on fear alone. As the council debated, Lieutenant Chen called out urgently. Commander, the ship just changed course. It's adjusting to match Earth's orbital path. Elena's blood ran cold. Show me. The holographic display updated, showing the alien vessel's new trajectory. It was no longer heading directly for Earth but positioning itself to enter a synchronous orbit. That's deliberate, Dr. Okonjo observed. It's choosing a non-threatening position. Before Elena could respond, every screen in the command center flickered. A new energy signature appeared, not from the approaching ship, but from Earth itself. What the hell? General Thompson stepped forward. It's coming from the Pacific Ocean, Chen reported, his voice tight with confusion. Approximately 2,000 meters below the surface. We're detecting. Commander, you need to see this. The display shifted to show a massive structure emerging from the ocean depths. Ancient, covered in millennia of coral and sediment, but unmistakably artificial. And it was powering up, sending a beam of energy directly toward the approaching vessel. Alina's mind raced. An ancient structure on Earth responding to an alien ship. The implications were staggering. "Get me every submarine and research vessel in that area," she ordered. "I want to know what that thing is and why it's activating now." The alien ship responded to the energy beam by emitting a pulse of its own. The two energies met in space, creating a spectacular light show visible even in daylight. "Commander," Dr. Okonjo's voice was barely a whisper. I think they're talking to each other." Elena watched as the exchange continued, patterns forming in the energy streams that looked suspiciously like data transmission. "Record everything," she commanded, "and get our best cryptographers on this immediately." As her team worked frantically to understand what was happening, Elena couldn't shake the feeling that humanity had just stumbled into something far bigger than a simple first contact scenario. The approaching ship wasn't coming to meet humans. It was coming for something that had been waiting on Earth for thousands of years. The real question was, what would happen when it arrived? Part 2. Human Ingenuity. The next 3 hours passed in a blur of activity. As the alien vessel settled into orbit, the underwater structure continued its energy transmission, creating a bridge of light between Earth and space. Commander Rodriguez had mobilized every resource at her disposal, but conventional approaches were proving useless. "We need to think differently," Lieutenant Chen announced during an emergency strategy session. His eyes were bloodshot from staring at screens, but his mind was sharp. "We've been treating this like a military situation, but what if it's not?" General Thompson scoffed. "An unidentified ship appears in our space, activates ancient technology on our planet, and you want to treat it like a social call." "Not social," Chen corrected. "Archaeological. Think about it. That structure has been dormant for millennia. Why activate now? What if the ship isn't here to make contact with us, but to retrieve something?" Dr. Okonjo's eyes lit up. Like a beacon, the structure could be a marker left behind by whoever built that ship. Elena considered this. "Chen, what are you proposing?" The young lieutenant pulled up a new display. "Instead of trying to communicate with the ship directly, we interface with the underwater structure. If it's been on Earth this long, it might have adapted to our environment, our signals." "That's incredibly risky," Dr. Tanaka warned via video link. "We don't know what activating more of that structure might do." "With respect, Counselor," Elena interjected, "we're already past the point of playing it safe. Chen, what do you need?" Chen's fingers flew across his console. "I need a deep-sea transmission array, quantum computing power, and about 6 miracles." "You've got 4 hours," Elena replied. "Make them count." What followed was a testament to human ingenuity under pressure. Engineers worked alongside linguists, physicists collaborated with marine biologists, and computer scientists merged their expertise with archaeologists. The deep-sea transmission array was cobbled together from submarine communication equipment. Quantum processors were networked from research facilities worldwide, and patterns from ancient human languages were fed into decryption algorithms. As the array descended toward the structure, tension in the command center reached a breaking point. The alien ship remained motionless in orbit, its energy exchange with the underwater beacon continuing unabated. "Array in position," reported the submarine captain. "Awaiting your signal, Commander." Elena nodded to Chen. "Do it." The lieutenant initiated the transmission sequence. Instead of trying to mimic the alien signals, they sent a pulse pattern based on prime numbers, a universal mathematical concept that any advanced civilization would recognize. The effect was immediate. The underwater structure's energy output fluctuated, and for the first time, the pattern changed. "It's responding," Dr. Okonjo exclaimed. "Look at the frequency modulation. It's adapting to our signal." The alien ship reacted as well. Its crystalline surface began to shift, revealing intricate patterns that hadn't been visible before. More importantly, it started transmitting on frequencies within human detection range. "We're receiving a signal," Lieutenant Park announced, her voice trembling with excitement. It's in binary." The message, when decoded, was simple but profound. Guardian proto-kivoa gt human interface HCCPT initiating cultural database ETRNSFER. The command center erupted in a mixture of cheers and confused murmurs. Elena quickly restored order. "Park, what's coming through?" "Massive data stream, Commander. Terabytes of information. History, star charts, technical specifications, and warnings." "Warnings about what?" Before Park could answer, the main display changed. The alien ship projected a holographic image visible across the entire planet, a map of the galaxy with numerous systems highlighted in red. Dr. Okonjo gasped. "Those are expansion patterns. Something is moving through the galaxy, system by system." The data stream continued, revealing the truth. The approaching ship was indeed ancient, part of a network of automated guardians left behind by a long-extinct civilization. Earth's underwater structure was one of many beacons, activated only when the guardians detected an approaching threat. "The ship isn't here to make contact with us," Elena realized. "It's here to prepare us for what's coming." General Thompson leaned forward. "Prepare us how?" The answer came in the form of technological specifications. Defensive systems, power generation methods, and propulsion technologies far beyond human understanding, but presented in a way that human scientists could begin to comprehend. "It's a test," Chen said suddenly. The whole thing was a test. If we could figure out how to communicate with the beacon, we proved we were advanced enough to receive this knowledge. Elena nodded slowly. "And now we have a choice. Use this technology to advance our civilization, or use it to help defend against whatever threat is approaching." "Is there really a choice?" Dr. Tanaka asked. "If something is consuming entire star systems, we can't face it alone." The alien ship pulsed once more, and a new message appeared. "Alliance protocols available. Human response required." Elena looked around the command center at her team, tired, excited, and ready for whatever came next. This was humanity's moment, the point where they would step onto the galactic stage, not as newcomers, but as partners in a grand alliance. "Send our response," she ordered. "Humanity stands ready." Unlikely alliance. The transformation of human society began immediately. The Guardian ship, now identified as Sentinel 497, established a permanent orbit around Earth while continuing to transmit vast amounts of data. Within weeks, humanity had access to technologies that would have taken centuries to develop independently. But with knowledge came responsibility. The threat identified by the Guardian Network was called the Devourers, a swarm intelligence that consumed entire star systems for resources, leaving nothing but cosmic dust in its wake. According to Sentinel 497's data, they would reach Earth's sector in less than 10 years. Commander Rodriguez found herself at the center of humanity's greatest undertaking. The Global Defense Council had expanded into the Terran Alliance, unifying Earth's nations in unprecedented cooperation. She now commanded not just Earth's defenses, but humanity's contribution to the Galactic Guardian Network. "The First Fleet is ready for deployment," General Thompson reported during a strategy meeting 6 months after first contact. His tone carried none of the skepticism from their earlier encounters. "The hybrid technology is working better than expected." Elena nodded, studying the holographic display of humanity's first interstellar warships. They combined human ingenuity with Guardian technology in ways that had surprised even Sentinel 497. "Our pilots are reporting something interesting," Lieutenant Chen added. "The Guardian tech responds to human intuition in ways it apparently didn't for the original builders. We're able to make creative adjustments they never considered." Dr. Okonjo chimed in from her research station. "It's our evolutionary path. Humans developed pattern recognition and adaptability as survival traits. The Guardian systems were designed for logical, methodical approaches. When we combine the two, we get something neither species could achieve alone. Elena finished. How's the recruitment going? Beyond expectations, Thompson replied. Every nation is contributing their best and brightest. Scientists, engineers, pilots, strategists, they're all volunteering faster than we can process them. The underwater structure, now fully activated and identified as Beacon Earth, had become humanity's primary research facility. Scientists from around the world worked alongside the Guardian Eye to unlock secrets of the universe. A year into the Alliance, humanity achieved its first major breakthrough. Dr. Okonjo's team, working with quantum physicists and Guardian data, developed a new form of shield technology that could actually absorb and redirect energy attacks, something the original Guardian builders had never accomplished. The Devourers adapt to conventional shielding, Okonjo explained during the presentation. But this quantum reflection matrix creates a paradox they can't process. Their own attacks become trapped in a feedback loop. Sentinel 497's response to this innovation was immediate. For the first time, it requested permission to share human advancements with other Guardian units throughout the galaxy. You're exceeding parameters, the AI communicated. Guardian network requires updating with human innovations. Elena smiled. Permission granted. Let them know Earth stands with them. As the years passed, humanity's role in the Guardian network grew. Other species, awakened by their own sentinels, made contact. The Virexi, crystalline beings who communicated through light patterns. The Dulethi, aquatic creatures whose understanding of fluid dynamics revolutionized space travel. The Krell, whose hive mind structure provided crucial insights into fighting the Devourers. Each species brought unique perspectives and abilities, but humanity's adaptability and innovative thinking placed them at the forefront of the Alliance's strategic planning. 5 years after first contact, long-range sensors detected the Devourer swarm approaching the outer rim of the galaxy. The Guardian network activated fully, and thousands of ships from dozens of species gathered at strategic points. This is it, Elena said, now Admiral of the United Terran Fleet. Everything we've prepared for. The battle, when it came, was unlike anything in human history. The Devourers weren't ships in the conventional sense, but vast clouds of nanomachines that could disassemble matter at the molecular level. They'd moved like cosmic storms, consuming everything in their path. But they had never encountered the combined might of the Guardian Alliance enhanced by human innovation. The quantum reflection shields proved devastatingly effective. Devourer swarms found themselves trapped in their own attack patterns, while human-designed targeting systems, incorporating intuition-based algorithms, predicted swarm movements with unprecedented accuracy. Admiral Chen reported from his station, now captain of the flagship. The Virexi are implementing our scattershot protocol. Devourer cohesion is breaking down in Sector 7. Elena watched as humanity's strategies, shared freely with their allies, turned the tide of battle. The adaptability that had allowed humans to survive on Earth now helped preserve civilizations across the galaxy. The war against the Devourers lasted 3 years. When it ended, the galaxy was forever changed. The Guardian network, once a collection of automated sentinels, had evolved into a true alliance of species. At its heart was Earth, no longer an isolated world, but a crucial member of the galactic community. In the aftermath, as rebuilding began, Sentinel 497 made one final transmission to Elena. Guardian protocol complete. New directive. Explore, expand, protect. Humanity's contribution, invaluable. Status, partners. Elena stood on the observation deck of the Terran Alliance headquarters, looking out at the stars. Ships from a dozen species moved through Earth's orbit, some departing for their home systems, others arriving to participate in the new era of cooperation. Lieutenant Chen, now her second in command, joined her. Did you ever imagine that day when the ship first appeared? that we'd end up here. Elena smiled. No, but that's what makes us human, isn't it? We adapt, we overcome, and we find ways to connect, even across the stars. Below them, Earth turned slowly, no longer alone in the universe, but taking its place among the stars, its ancient beacon now welcoming ships from across the galaxy. Humanity had faced its greatest challenge and emerged not just as survivors, but as leaders in a new age of interstellar cooperation. The unregistered ship that had approached Earth those years ago had brought more than a warning. It had brought humanity's destiny. And humans, true to their nature, had seized it with both hands and made it their own.